life begins at conception.
We're pro-life from the moment of conception.
I do think that life begins at conception.
Hi, it's Annie Shea Napier with the Daily Caller News Foundation, and we're here at the March for Life in the National Mall in Washington, D.C. We're going to be asking some marchers what they think RFK Jr. might do if he leads the Health and Human Services under the Donald Trump administration. Let's get into it. RFK Jr., lifelong Democrat and Trump's nominee to lead the Health and Human Services, said in June of last year that he believes abortion should be legal up until fetal viability, which is about 24 weeks, and then afterwards, it should be restricted. What do you think about that stance?
Well, I think it's absolutely wrong.
I think that it was a political stance, definitely done to garner support from pro-life people, but also appease people who are not pro-life.
Unless it's absolutely necessary when the mother's life is at stake. I think it's probably the only case where an abortion should be allowed.
You believe in exceptions?
No, I do not.
We don't agree with that stance because most abortions happen within the first 15 weeks. So to say that we'll protect life after that really is not protecting life at all.
So crisis pregnancy centers, they do receive a little bit of funding from the HHS, but a lot of them do not provide extensive medical care like OBGYNs or STD testing. Some do, but all Planned Parenthoods do provide those services, and they get a lot of funding from the government. Do you think that crisis pregnancy centers should include more medical care and then receive more funding for that as well? Do you think we might see that if RFK leads the HHS?
Well, I do think that a lot of crisis pregnancy centers are moving that way, and when supported locally by people who want their community to be loved and supported, the ones around us do provide all of those medical services.
There should be equal funding. If one is going to be funded federally, then I think the other should be as well.
Well, I don't believe the crisis pregnancy centers are looking for government funding because there's too many strings attached often.
You know, running a foundation in Ethiopia, I advise against people receiving funding from governments.
Is there anything you're hoping RFK Jr. or Trump might do regarding medical care and reproductive care in this next presidency?
Giving the people who can't necessarily afford care opportunities to receive it in a more controlled and safe environment.
Reproductive care is such a broad term. What do you mean by reproductive care?
Well, reproductive care could include things like giving crisis pregnancy centers more medical care and more medical services to help the women that go there.
I think the infrastructure to help people medically is already in place. It just needs to be funded better. And so it's not just about saving the babies, it's also about supporting the moms so that they are able to make the choice of whether they want to parent or whether they would like someone else to parent their children, but to not feel pressed into a corner where abortion is their only option.
I'm really praying that there will be an awareness and awakening of true life, when life begins from conception to natural death, a protection of that life.
I would like to see us move further away from big pharma and go through have at least the ability to see a more natural type of physician.
Lockdown on contraceptions too.
Lock down on contraceptions? No more contraceptions?
No.
Contraceptions like what? Like condoms, like birth control pills, IUDs?
All of it, yeah.
All of it? You don't want any of it to be legal?
No.
You don't want condoms to be legal?
No.
Why don't you want condoms to be legal?
Well, if I believe that you should only have sex if you're married.
But the work will go on. You can silence the voices